Hello and welcome to the first Cam and Sam Sports Show for Term 3. Today we have Mr. Kieran McComb and Mr. James Wilson to talk to us about the Blackcaps tour against West Indies, which is being played in America, I think, and also the first 15 tour to Australia. So
Right,
first off,
firstly, Kieran, are you aware that your brother has been on the show?
Yeah, I listened to his interview the other day.
And do you know how many likes he has? How many views he has?
He just told me 80.
Yeah, okay. So, is there a bit of brother rivalry to see who can get the most views here?
Nah, not really.
Why not?
It's a school radio show.
Alright, so you ready for your questions? Been preparing heaps?
Yep.
Alright.
Let's do this.
Okay, go Sam.
okay. Firstly, how do you think the Blackcaps are going on over in West Indies?
Relatively poor, to be honest. 1 win from 6 isn't very good, and doesn't look like it's going to be getting any better either, really. So.
What about all the players that have been out for recently? Like Ross Taylor's just come back.
Ross Taylor's had a massive impact, but I questioned the actual decision making behind leaving Kieran McComb. He didn't actually play much in the IPO. He got dropped, so he doesn't actually need a rest.
So do you think that was a costly decision by the Blackcaps?
Yeah, it's a pretty poor decision, but it's not like he batted well yesterday anyway. So.
Alright, Kieran, would you like to give us a rundown of the West Indian bowlers?
Yeah, they got the Narayan, the off spinner, who's bowling ridiculously well. Like, he's taking wickets and keeping it to around 2 and over.
Is that because we're bad or because they're good?
He's good, and we don't know what to do with him compared to our spinners, like Mithula, who sucks.
I've heard that he's supposed to be pretty good though. He's just terrible.
Not really. Every time he's played, he bowls some good balls, and he'll always bowl a half tracker though. So he goes like 6s constantly. Doesn't really take wickets either.
So you reckon you can do better?
No.
Alright, so
I'm not
Williamson.
paid to.
Yeah, okay, next question.
Well, do you think we're playing terribly? And
You've already asked that question.
Yeah. But
Yeah, yeah.
badly.
Okay, fine. We're playing badly.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yeah, your
Okay,
Do you want me to ask the questions?
Kieran, you're nearly going to be out of here soon.
Yes, thanks, mate.
Alright, so Williamson is standing captain. What impact do you think he's made to the team?
I reckon he's done well. He had to come in whilst both.
He's done well, but he's
We've
lost all games.
Well, he's done well. It's not his fault. The bowlers can't put it on the spot, and the batters can't score over 50.
And they've won 1 game, so.
And he's only captained 2 or 3, so. And he's probably been the best possible fill-in we could have with the captain and vice captain both away. And also Vittori not playing, so there's not really any experience in that team other than Kyle Mills, really, and he's not much of a captain. So
Do you reckon he'll be
he's
a
done
captain?
alright.
Do you reckon he'll be a captain for the future?
Yes, definitely.
So how soon? Like right after Ross Taylor, or
Straight after Ross Taylor, he'll be captain.
But Ross Taylor's still pretty young. He's only
26, resumes, 28 maybe.
okay, so he's still got.
He's got a lot of time.
But then straight away will be Williamson. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So he's already played like 40 odd one days or something.
Alright, so I've found a bit of a gem of a statement, and it goes like this, straight from Tim Southey. You okay?
Yeah, go.
So, is it true that if they can remove Gale early, they will win the match?
Sort of. I guess it didn't really work the other day. They did it.
Yeah.
Do you think that Gale is the main player for the West Indies?
Yes and no. He's their best batsman, but he's not actually who they completely rely on. Their bowlers still do well enough to keep our guys low, and then they've also got Pollard, Samuels, Bravo, who all do the job with the bat as well if need be. So he's massive influence, but he's not necessarily the team as many people say he is.
Fair enough.
Well, if you look at the last game, he got out for I don't know
13, I think.
13, yeah. And they still managed. Well, they only posted 260, but we still couldn't get that score. So no, he's not there.
That's because they were facing us.
But
yeah, but
Southey said we could win if we got Gale early. Obviously BJ Watling has been the glue holding the batting line up together. How do you think he's performing, and how would we go if he got injured?
He's performing well, but he should really be turning 60s, 70s into 100s at international level. But Tom Latham stepped in well yesterday, or whenever it was, so that's good. He got 40 odd, so he did his job, he stepped in well, so he might not be too badly missed, which is good.
Yeah, great. So how do you think we'll go in the test matches, which we've always been not as good at as the one days, and seeing as we've gone so badly at the one days?
We're not going to go well. They got Chandapur coming back in, Darren Bravo coming in, who's got an average of 48 or something, and he's only 22, so we're in a bit of trouble with Gale in there as well, so... And our bowlers don't look like taking 20 wickets, so there's no chance of us winning the matches.
So do you reckon we'll just hold out for a draw?
Maybe, if our batters can actually pull finger, it should be good.
So, looking at the games gone, who do you think have been the underperformers in your view?
Probably Guptill, who's only scored over 20 once the entire series out of 6 games. I would have said Rob Nicol, but he stood up the last 2 games now, but he wasn't doing too well either. He didn't really warrant his spot. And also the bowlers, Mills, Oram, Nathan McCullum, all going at over 6s in every game, whereas their bowlers are consistently at 5s, whereas we have a lot going at 6s and 7s, which isn't very good.
Right, so if you're the coach of the Blackcaps, sorry Sam, what changes would you make to the side, if any?
For the one day side, I wouldn't have Rob Nicol. I would have Jesse Ryder, which is a controversial decision, but it's a good one. I would have McCullum and Guptill opening, Ryder at 3, then Williamson, Taylor, and either Watling or Latham. I wouldn't have Jacob Oram because he doesn't actually provide any sort of threat as a bowler, and his batting's pretty poor at the moment. And then Kyle Mills hasn't warranted a spot in the team for a few years now, so I know James Franklin should be there. He's consistently been the best one-day player in New Zealand for the last 2, maybe 3 years. And he's playing well over in England for his county. He's got like 450s in the last 6 games or something. So yeah, some changes
Sam, I'll let
could
you
be
answer the
made.
next question.
Changes could be made.
So you reckon with those changes, do you reckon we could be a much better side? Do you reckon we could compete with the likes of Sri Lanka and, no, obviously not Australia and India, but like be up further rather than losing to the West Indies?
I know, I think it would provide more balance, because at the moment we got a lot of players who just aren't like providing anything. So if like every player in the 11 actually adds something beneficial to the team, probably be better. I still don't know whether the actual quality of the players are good enough yet to be good enough to really challenge a good side, but if we brought in some young guys and gave them 2 years maybe, where we said, look, just get better, then maybe 2-3 years time we could be up there challenging.
So do you reckon it's the state that New Zealand cricket is in at the moment?
It's almost in a transition, like we're stuck from when we were good 5 or 6 years ago. We just haven't found the good players yet, and we're still sort of looking to find good young players at the moment, and they're just not coming through and performing yet.
Alright, so looking ahead to the 2020 World Cup, how do you think the Blackcaps will go on this?
Not too bad. That's actually one of the ones we're good at, so I don't know if Ryder goes, Taylor, McCullum, Franklin, all batting that can win you a game single-handedly, and then Southey showed he can bowl Yorkers. I guess Mills can bowl Yorkers. That's all you need really. You don't need to take wickets that much in a 2020. You just got to be able to conserve. So
do you think there has to be some key players that are going to have to stand out, or do you think it'll be a team effort?
2020 it's just 2-3 guys have to stand up, and then it doesn't really matter, because one guy can change a game with his batting innings, like Chris Gale did in both 2020s. So you almost need one batter and one bowler to stand up, and you'll win a 2020 game.
So do you reckon 2020 is more like of luck than actual pure skill like the test matches are?
I guess so, but it's not luck as such. But it's like if one guy has a good day, then you'll win. Whereas in a test match or one day, you need pretty much everyone to do their job.
Yes, it's more of a team effort, but 2020...
Yeah, it's more of a team effort in a longer format.
Yeah, 2020 is more who can perform on the day. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so how hard is it to coach the Blackcaps? Like, is it going to be... is it impossible? Is there talent that you can see in the squad that you reckon the right coach can bring out and make us into a decent team?
There's definitely talent there. It just comes down to whether the guys actually listen to coaches. So we've been through 3-4 now in the last few years, and none of them have seemed to be able to do it. So it could be probably more of a player issue than the actual quality of the coach.
Alright, well, because we're cutting time short here, we're going to have to cut your interview, I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Do we though?
We did have a full interview with Scotty, but you just haven't made the cut, sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go to a
I've
break.
actually got things on that I need to go attend to, so...
Yeah, okay, well,
you're interview short.
You're going to have to wait until the game's finished.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do after the break, we're going to play the rich list, and then later on the show, we're going to be talking with James Wilson, first 15 player, about the Australian Rugby Tour. Thanks, guys.